Neither the Kremlin nor the interim Syrian government seems to be confident in the future of the Russian bases in Syria, which is why Moscow continues to announce preparations for the evacuation of its military personnel and military equipment from the bases in Syria in Khmeimim and Tartus. Many sources associated with Hayat Tahrir al Sham gave different and contradictory statements regarding the future status of Russian military bases in Syria. Analysts from the ISW decided to figure out the situation themselves. The Qatari publication Araby al Jadeed announced that Putin's army should leave Syria within a month. Analysts from the ISW are sure that the rebels from Hayat Tahrir al Sham have not yet made a final decision regarding the future of Russian military bases. It is possible that the rebels face international pressure regarding the presence of the Russian army in Syria. On December the 16th, the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the EU, Callas, said that a question was raised with the new Syrian government regarding Russian military personnel. However, new satellite images show that the Kremlin is ready to either completely withdraw its troops from Syria or at least partially. The day before, the Syrian media reported that the Kremlin began the evacuation of its soldiers from Khmeimim. A large military convoy is also being prepared for the withdrawal of troops through Tartus. Russian Il-76 transport aircraft and dozens of military vehicles on the runway of the Khmeimim airbase, as well as dozens of Russian military vehicles assembled in the port of Tartus, are visible on Maktar satellite images from December the 15th to the 17th. Russia will probably take this preliminary position and withdraw some assets in case the Russian Federation decides to deny it further military presence in Syria, but it remains unclear what the Russian Federation intends to do. Russia has begun withdrawing a large amount of military equipment and troops from Syria following the ouster of former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, according to 2 US officials and a Western official familiar with the intelligence. The officials characterized the Russian withdrawal as large-scale and significant and said it began last week, but it is not clear whether it will be permanent. The officials noted, US and Western intelligence suggests that Russian officials have been trying to determine whether Hayat Tahrir al Sham, the main rebel group now in charge of Syria, is open to a negotiated settlement of some kind that would allow Russia to remain in some of its key bases, the sources all said. Those bases include Russia's Khmeimim air base in Latakia and a port facility at Tartus.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has expressed condolences over the killing of Lieutenant General Igor Kirov, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Wednesday. The killing of the senior general in Moscow proves the rightness of Russia's actions in Ukraine, Peskov added. It is once again confirmed that the Kiev regime does not shun terrorist methods of work. We clearly understand who our enemy is, what it is capable of, and this once again proves the correctness of our actions during the special military operation, he said. Russia's security service said on Wednesday that it has detained a suspect in the attack, describing him as an Uzbek citizen recruited by Ukrainian intelligence services. Kirov was killed Tuesday by a bomb hidden in a scooter outside his apartment building in Moscow, a day after Ukraine's security service leveled criminal charges against him. His assistant also died in the attack. A Ukrainian official said the service carried out the attack. Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, didn't name the suspect, but said he was born in 1995. According to a statement by the FSB, the suspect said himself that he was recruited by Ukrainian special services. The FSB said the suspect had been promised a reward of $100,000 and permission to move to a European Union country in exchange for killing Kirov. Kirov, 54, was the chief of the military's nuclear, biological and chemical protection forces and was under sanctions from several countries, including the UK and Canada, for his actions in Moscow's military operation in Ukraine. On Monday, Ukraine's Security Service, or SBU, opened a criminal investigation against him, accusing him of directing the use of banned chemical weapons. Russia has denied using any chemical weapons in Ukraine and has accused Kiev of using toxic agents in combat.
Ну, естественно, все глубоко соболезнуют, президент соболезнует в этой связи. Но в данном случае наши специальные службы, правоохранительные органы, вы видите, они работают эффективно, работают быстро. Сейчас уже очевидно, кто является заказчиками, кто является организаторами этого террористического акта. Лишний раз подтверждается, что киевский режим не гнушается террористическими методами работы. Мы четко понимаем, кто наш враг, на что он способен, и это лишний раз доказывает правоту наших действий в ходе специальной военной операции.
Мы видели, что киевский режим взял на себя ответственность в очередной раз за новый теракт. Это все эти СБУшные шестерки, бесноватый киевский режим, это все инструментарий. Управляется все англосаксами. Они главные выгодополучатели от киевско-режимного терроризма. И в данном случае, в первую очередь,